I'm Rick Martinez. I'm a YouTube host and cookbook author. It is a gorgeous summer day. The stone fruit and berries are in peak season, and so that means it's time to make a cobbler. Today, we're going to be making a peach raspberry cobbler on the grill. Let's get started. These peaches smell so good. I've written this recipe so that you can basically use whatever is ripest. So I went to the market and these peaches looked amazing. That's what I'm using, but feel free to use whatever stone fruit. Could be peaches, could be plums, could be mangoes, and then whatever berries that you'd like. And just use the weight amounts that I give in the recipe. The first thing we're gonna do is cut up all the peaches. We're gonna add a little bit of orange zest, a pinch of salt, and sugar, and 2 tablespoons cornstarch. Toss, 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 and then gently stir in the berries. So while the peaches are macerating, we are going to work on the dough. So I'm going to add flour to a medium-sized bowl, sugar, baking powder, and salt. And I'm going to give this a whisk so that everything is completely mixed. And now I'm going to add my butter. So I've cut up my cold butter. It's really important that your butter is super cold at this point because we are making a pastry. And you can do a couple of things. You can actually use your hands to break up the butter, or you can use a pastry cutter. I'm gonna use a pastry cutter because it's pretty hot here where I am, and I'm just a little concerned that my hot hands on a hot day in a hot kitchen is going to melt the butter quickly. You can also do this in a food processor if you don't have a pastry cutter. All right, so you wanna blend this mixture until your butter is coated in flour and is pretty flat and looks almost like cereal flakes. And that is your cue that you are done with this step in the recipe. So now we're going to add our buttermilk and our vanilla. And now we're just gonna fold these together. And so you wanna take a rubber spat, go in from the bottom, and then just pull up. You don't wanna overwork the dough, although there's quite a bit of fat in here, so the chances of you developing gluten and making a tough dough are pretty minimal, but it's just best to not overwork your dough at this point. And once it comes together and it forms a sticky dough, you're done. I just melted 4 tablespoons of butter in this skillet, and now we're ready to assemble. Could not be easier. We're just going to pour all of this delicious fruit into the skillet. I know it probably looks like a lot, but it's going to cook down. And so now, I think the easiest thing to do is to use an ice cream scoop and then just dollop maybe 1 ounce, 2 tablespoonfuls worth of the dough. This bad boy is ready for the grill. Prepare your grill for medium-high indirect heat and clean the grates. When the grill reaches 400 degrees, put the cobbler in on the cooler side of the grill. Check the cobbler every 15 minutes and bake until the crust is golden brown and the fruit is bubbling hot in the center, about 1 hour. It has been a little over an hour and this is still warm, but cool enough to serve. All right, I'm going in. Oh my God, so good. Wow. This is so amazing. The peaches are so incredibly tender and sweet and flavorful. This to me reminds me of summertime in Texas growing up with all those amazing peaches. The raspberries give it a nice little tartness. This is a really incredible dish. I want you to make it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so you will be notified as soon as there's another Weber video. Adios.